Welcome back. So in this final lesson for chapter 3, we're going to focus on word problems, okay? So solving systems when you have to use word problems. So let's take a look at our first example. Suppose you're at the store and want to buy some fruit. Oranges are 80 cents and bananas are 50 cents. You buy 9 total pieces of fruit and pay $6. How many of each fruit did you buy? So to help you with these, the first thing that I can tell you is you want to label your variables, okay? So for each of these word problems, you're going to need 2 variables. The easiest thing to do is just use X and Y. Okay, so you're going to label those. And the way you label them is always what you're being asked to find. So in this case, look at your question. How many pieces of fruit did you buy? So you need to know the number of oranges you bought and the number of bananas. So that's always how you start. You have to indicate your variables. Okay, so in this case, the question being asked is how many of each did you buy? So both X and Y are a number. All right, now write your equations. So now it's important to realize what information is being given. Okay, so what's being given? Well, I see information on the amount. So you bought 9 total pieces of fruit. So if you bought 9 total pieces, what that means is together, the X and the Y, so all together, the amount of fruit that you bought was 9. So that's the first thing you have to do. That's what I call my amount equation. Okay? So you simply make that based on the fact they give you the total that you bought. They also give you information on the cost. All right, so for the cost, they give you the oranges are 80 cents, so you're going to be paying 0.8x for however many oranges you buy, okay, because you pay how much it is for one times how many you bought. Then bananas are 50 cents, and it says that you spend a total of $6. So the total amount of money that you spent is $6. All right. So after getting this set up, now you have your 2 equations that you needed. Okay? And so from here, now we have to solve. Well, solving involves picking a method. Well, here I see both of mine are in standard form. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use elimination. Now notice how it's not quite set up for elimination though. Okay, so in order to solve this with elimination, remember I have to take that number to multiply up top. I have to take that number to multiply the bottom. So I'm going to get this set up for elimination. Okay, so up top that gives me 0.8x plus 0.8y equals 7.2. I multiply everything by 0.8. On the bottom, nothing changes. Now I'm ready for elimination. So I have 0.8x and 0.8x, just like I need. They're the same sign, so I'm going to subtract them. 0.8 minus 0.8 cancels off just like I needed it to. 0.8 minus 0.5. And again, if you need a calculator, by all means plug that in. You get 0.3y. 7.2 minus 6 gives you 1.2. Divide both sides by 0.3 and you get y equals 4. Now remember, we have to find both things. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug it in to my original equation. Okay, so remember, I started with the equation x plus y equals 9. Just toss it in the top equation. So x plus y equals 9. Well, if y is 4, that means x must be 5. So let's see what that means in the context of the problem. I let x be the number of oranges, y be the number of bananas. So what that means is that you bought 5 oranges and 4 bananas. So when it asks how many of each fruit did you buy, I want you to answer in context. Don't just tell me X and Y. Those are arbitrary. I want you to actually answer in context of the problem. So this means 5 oranges and 4 bananas. All right, so that's the first type of systems problem that you can see, okay, dealing with amounts and costs. Another one that you can see is dealing with money that you have, all right? So a student has some $1 bills and $5 bills in his wallet. He has a total of 11 bills that are worth $31. How many of each type of bill does he have? All right, so again, the first thing you want to do is label. What are my variables? What do they mean? Well, it's asking how many of each type. So of each type, so X is going to be his number of $1 bills. Y can be the number of $5 bills. And write your equation. So now we need to figure out what information are we given. Well, we're given an amount equation again, a total equation. Okay, it says he has 11 bills. What does that mean? That means altogether he has 11. So X plus Y, altogether, there's 11 of them. And then we have their value. Okay, we kind of have the cost of the money in his pocket. So it says that they total to $31. So what that means is for every dollar bill is worth $1. So altogether, they're going to be 1 times however many there are. For the $5 bills, what are they going to be worth? Well, their value is going to be 5 times however many there are. If you have 1, you have $5. If you have 2, you have $10. So when it comes to money, you always multiply however many there are times what each one is worth. And in this case, they total to $31. All right, so now we're ready. And I really don't need that one there, so I'm just going to erase it. So now we're ready to solve this. So we need to choose elimination or substitution. Well, again, both are in standard form already, so I'm going to roll with elimination. And even better is look at my setup, okay? X and X. I don't even have to make this more complicated. It's already perfectly set up for elimination. All I have to do is subtract the two equations because the x's have the same sign. And then the x's already cancel out. 1y minus 5y is negative 4y. 11 minus 31 is negative 20. Divide both sides by negative 4. So I get y is 5. So let's go back. We need to plug that in to find x. So if y is 5, that means x plus y. So x plus 5 equals 11. Subtract 5 from both sides. So x is going to be 6. Now again, I always want you to consider answering in the context of the problem. Well, in this problem, the student is going to have x $1 bills, so they have 6 $1 bills, and they have 5 $5 bills. So again, when solving these systems of word problems, I do always want you answering in context, please. All right? So that is all when it comes to these word problems. So again, I hope that they're manageable, that we broke it down in a nice way for you. So please make sure you have everything written down, and please make sure you ask if you still have any questions before you begin your practice work.